Hey y'all, it's Kelly, and we are in my channel called Don't Run with Scissors here on flosstube, which is really YouTube that the crafters have kind of taken over. It makes it easier to search out other crafters if you type in flosstube. Anyways, before I forget, if you like me or like what you're watching and want to support another crafter, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything, but hey. So I try to support everybody else and would appreciate the support back. At 100 subscribers, I get to save Don't Run with Scissors as my YouTube login name or YouTube name, which will make it easier to share with other people rather than the JKLMNOPZY743QP. I don't know what but that's how flosstube would identify the channel otherwise. So, like I said, don't run with scissors. I'm Kelly. I'm here in Michigan where it is windy. Holy moly. I am a Jeep driving mom of twins who are both in college with two crazy ass dogs who are likely to bark at some point. They did bark when I first tried to take this, and I stopped it because, yeah, my dogs like attention. So, on this channel, we talk about crafting, mostly cross stitch, but I also sew, and I knit, and I crochet, and I scrapbook. I do stained glass. I'm renovating this house. There are parts of it that we actually moved a wall. So when I joke about I haven't had the time to, I've gutted the kitchen. We ripped out all of the old cabinets because they were falling apart. I and my daughter installed these cabinets. We have to put the drawer fronts on. I have the drawer fronts, but I have to get the little brace that goes behind them so that they stay up because they're fake drawers. So I have not done that. What we did manage to do, I ran to Walmart in this last week and I picked up the bracket and I fixed the curtain. So now my balance is back up and makes me happy because it's one less thing on my list of things to do, which is really long. It's probably as long as Santa's naughty list. Yeah, it's long, whatever. But that is my new best thing. I fixed it. It should not come down. I screwed it into the wall. Yeah. So one of these days I'll paint the wall. The problem is like now there's like this short little window in Michigan where it's good to paint. Because if it's too hot and humid, you can't paint. You're not supposed to paint. If it's too cold, you can't paint. Well, we went from it being, oh, hey, let's paint, but I didn't feel good because of my head, to, yeah, now it's freaking cold. And it's so cold you can't really open the window, so if you're painting, I can't, like, with the animals and stuff, it's bad. Hence, yeah. And Lizzie's barking. That's my big dog. I just spray her with the water bottle. She doesn't like it, but it doesn't hurt her. She's just goofy. Okay, so let's work on, let's talk about what I did. Most of my stitching this last week was on one thing. I'm not mad, except for it's taking me way longer to knock out than I thought it would be. Then again, I'm also working on law stuff for my real job that pays me well. I've been working on a lot of things. The courts here in Michigan seem to be going back to totally on Zoom. I'm not mad about that. It makes me a lot more, one, I can be a little bit more portable. That's not the right word. Flexible on where I'm being a lawyer at. I don't always have to drive the 40 minutes one way to my office and back to be there for a hearing. It also allows me to handle more than one court almost at the same time. So for my client's sake, it's saving them a lot of money, and I enjoy being able to do that for my clients. Having a lawyer is expensive no matter what. So anytime that we can not bill you for it, I think is a good thing. That said, all that extra work, all the work, which I really appreciate having, especially as our courts are sort of going back down to slowing down and closing and just doing Zoom, it makes dockets a little bit slower moving in some ways. I haven't been stitching as much. It's also creating a level of anxiety with everything in this last week. We've also had a scare with my son at school. He goes back and forth for band class on Thursdays. And they've now had 7 kids, I believe, test positive in the band class. So he had to go get his first COVID test. My daughter, then because we didn't have the results, she didn't go to her band last week. But it's keeping everybody safe. And now I am now in a 2-week quarantine per my doctor, because this weekend I came in contact with the caregiver of somebody who had COVID. So, yay. So we're just taking it easy, taking some precautions. I do have to meet with a client this weekend. So it's going to be very oddly done outside wearing masks. I'm going to forward him the forms ahead of time to fill out, and whatnot. So it's kind of still very social distance, because my doctor did say that the chances that I got COVID during that contact visit is pretty low, but I have an issue with my immune system where I'm IgA deficient. So I basically have no immune system, and there's no medicine or anything that they can give you to fix that. So I have to be extra, extra careful with all of this going on. So it's a lot of that. Anyways, I digress, because it's like, hey, squirrel, ADD. Remember, I have ADD, and that is why I craft in so many different areas. Okay, so what I have spent most of my time is in trying to finish this, and it's still not finished. And I really want it finished, because I'm getting tired of I'm getting tired of stripes. But it is pretty, and it's a great pattern. It's a Stitch Life magazine sale. I have just that final band down here to do, and then outline the United States in black DMC in 310. So that is stitched on 14 count white Aida. The bottom will say America the Beautiful, and it will span the entire thing. So I'm really hoping to have it done by Wednesday night, to be honest with you. I don't know that it's going to get done by Wednesday night, but it's going to be darn closer. So, but yeah, it's totally cool. It was a free sale. It was the first stitch along that they did, so that was really exciting to participate in. I think some people have finished it. I'm not sure where everybody stands. I have no idea how I'm going to finish it. FFO it. I have no idea. The only thing my brain keeps going back to is make it a pillow. So I don't know. The other thing that I have been working on, my little bags that I make are down there. I was doing this Stitchotomy Halloween sale. And I was so excited about the way I had, like, somebody had flipped it on its side, and I did that because I like that orientation better than the way that the original pattern is. But I was watching flosstube yesterday, and somebody is doing the sale, and they found a paper mache, I want to say. It might be a little wooden coffin, and they fit their boxes in their topper and bottom to fit around the freaking coffin. It is phenomenal. I wish my brain would let me remember who is doing this, because she's not done stitching her like little individual blocks or anything, and I'm freaking, and it's not mounted. I'm freaking dying to see what this looks like. So I'm hoping YouTube is nice to me and it pops up. I don't know. Anyways, I got my little tree done, and I got my cat done. And I don't remember if I had started on the Sanderson sisters in my blocks or not last time I showed you guys. But look at my little stitchy spooky tree. And a little pumpkin. And there's the start of the Sanderson sister. And they'll go across the bottom in those bottom three. And there's my little spooky cat. I don't know that I'd be real scared of him if I saw him in the dark. He's kind of cute. So that is 14 count Ada that I dyed with some lime green. And then I baked it in the oven. It's so weird to say that I baked my fabric in the oven. It is totally cute. I want to get it done. That is the work on like workhorse project to plow through after I finish America the Beautiful. Or when I'm like, sometimes I alternate it with America the Beautiful just because you sort of get tired of stitching the same. I do. I get tired of stitching the same thing over and over. I did have a new start. It's Thanksgiving and I just felt like I needed something new. So I am stitching, if I can find, oh, here we go. Country Cottage Needleworks, Be Thankful. Can you see it? Let me just take it out of the stupid bag. I don't know why I didn't think of that. My brain. Okay, so there we go. It's the beautiful little white pumpkins and stuff. So the other day I actually decided what the heck, I needed to do something kind of different. I wanted a fall like Thanksgiving stitch, and this is on 18 count Ada that I dyed brown. I did not bake this one in the oven. So that is the little vine in the corner, whoop, up here. I don't know how many stitches. There's probably not even 100 stitches in there, but it was just nice to kind of have something different. I don't think that will be done by Thanksgiving unless a miracle happens, and that's okay because nobody but you guys and me know that that's even in the works. Who knows? Who knows? So, and that goes in my little, he's not Snoopy, he's just a little dog dressed up like a turkey, and he's just kind of cute. But that's how I know my Thanksgiving stitches are in the Thanksgiving bag. So the only other thing that I did work on one other thing, but Baby Yoda here, Baby Yoda holds one of my big ass projects. You can probably guess what I got some stitching done. I added some more blue on my pandemic. It had been a while since I had pulled this out, and I just felt like I needed to work on it a little bit. So I have, like I said, I finished page 2. I've been filling in the blue. So we're getting there. This obviously will not be done by the end of the year unless a miracle happens. And I know that miracles happen, but my goal is that maybe by the end of 2021 that this will be done. It's on 14 count white Ada. It's going to be huge. I have no idea. I'd like to make it so that it's, look, I don't know if they make frames big enough unless I go with a custom frame to frame it. I don't know. It's going to be huge. I don't know. I'm not going to allocate the funds to go and have it custom framed. It's going to have to be something that either I can do it or a friend of mine and I can do. But that's just, where I'm at. The other thing that I worked on, and I FFO'd it, or I F out, it's a finished object. It is not fully finished because I kind of have in my brain what I want to do, but I don't have the supplies. So this is Onward Noble Steed by Lindy Stitches. It is in all of the called for fabrics, or fabric, all of the called for DMCs on a 14 count antique white Aida. What I want to do is try and get like a velvet in this swamp water green, turn it and back it into a little pillow with like maybe a bunch of ribbons, like that monkey green, and maybe pick up that purple. Or the swamp water green and then do purple, the lilac or lavender, tiny pom-poms all the way around, pom-pom friends, and make it into a little pillow. And then my thought is in my dough bowl for Women's History Month of the Woman. I want to say it's in March. I'm probably screwing up my dates. I'm tired. I don't know. I didn't look. But whenever that is, I want to have like the dough bowl filled with women's empowerment things, or that type of thing. That makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So that was the only other thing that I did, which actually seems like a lot now that I'm going through it. And I was kind of bummed thinking that I didn't do much of anything, that I didn't make a whole lot of progress otherwise. But I guess I lied to myself. Imagine. Don't we do that? Like, especially I think we as women tend to do that. We're like, oh, I didn't get much done. And then you start tailoring up what you got done. And it's not, it's a lot. I do that a lot. In fact, my doctors joke. They're like, is it resting like normal people resting? Or is it Kelly resting? Because those are very different. So now my neurosurgeon especially knows that when I have surgery, which hopefully will never happen again, he actually writes on my discharge papers that I am to do normal people resting, not Kelly resting. So, okay, so here's my other question, and I'm hoping somebody's got an answer, and maybe somebody will watch this and have an answer. A while back, I had gotten this pattern. It's the United States Marine Corps emblem. Logo? Logo's not the right word. I think it's emblem. Seal. Their seal. Really, I have words. I have a dear friend whose husband is a retired Marine. And he's a diehard. I mean, once a Marine, always a Marine. Okay. I have copied this paper pattern to have a working copy. So my original is all nice and neat. My problem is I've started and restarted this thing 3 times. I can't get that flipping circle to meet up. I'm to the point now where I want to take my Aida, lay it out, and draw the circle, like chart it out with a pencil around the thing. I don't grid. I've never gridded, so I don't know how to, like, that just seems rather weird to me. But is anybody, like, am I the only person who has this trouble? Is gridding really and truly the answer? Because then how do you get the gridding stuff out? But I really want to make this for him. Well, for both of them. I know that that would mean a lot to both of them, and they both mean the world to me. So that if you can help me out on that, I'd really, really appreciate it, because it's kind of cool. I know that years and years ago I did the Army for my brother. And I think that's what I resorted to, was drawing it out with a circle or with a pencil, the outer circle, and then working in. And I think it still was messed up somehow. Apparently I can't count. Whatever, it happens to the best of us. So, help. Okay, so then I have some more haul. I picked up Lindy Stitch's Merry Manatee. I need this, and I need this for Christmas because he's so stinking cute. That is a manatee with a baby manatee and a school of little fishes. The fishes have a present, and the manatee has a Santa hat. And what could be more perfect? Yeah. Stephanie at Lindy Stitches is amazing for that. And that just makes me happy. And there you have it. Okay. Plum Street Samplers. My jeans and weenies came in. Yay! The wiener dog has the eagle on him or her, depending on which one is him and which one's her. Yeah. I hope that Plum Street comes out with like 1 billion more of those, and I will buy every flippin' one of them because. Okay. I don't remember if I showed this. I don't think I did because I didn't show you jeans and weenies, and they came together. Okay. This is Raven Queen by Mirabilia, and she is glorious in her own right. She really is. But somebody in the group, one of the Mirabilia groups, recharted her head, so she's Maleficent. And then that person was gracious enough to share it with everybody. Guess what my Raven Queen is going to be? Yeah, Maleficent. And then I'm going to hang her at my law office. Yeah. Because Maleficent is evil. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. So then, of course, Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Prims. I'm beginning to think at this point it would be cheaper for me to be a crack addict than stitching and knowing Bobby Shop exists. But again, Pumpkin Creek Prims on Etsy. If you don't see something that you need, just inbox her. Just inbox her. She's fantastic. If she can do it, she'll do it. I mean, the woman keeps my wish list of patterns and when she can get them. And I had like she'll message me and go, okay, should I put in the order for you? And I'll go, yay. You know. So I have been collecting the Gobble Couple from RETM, and I think I may have them all that are out there. I believe Ari's going to do more. So here is Bonnie and Peter Gobble Bunny. How cute are they? Glory and Julius Gobble Free. The Native Gobbles. And I got this because Bonnie and Clyde, they have pilgrims hats on. So I thought that, like, if I stitched the 4 of them, then, I don't know. They've got to be doing more because there's, like, no St. Patrick's Day one. And you would think that they would do, like, a Valentine's Day one. I don't know. And then the other thing that I saw, and I just thought these were glorious. They were just so pretty. And it's called Steampunk. It's from Samplers Revisited. It's called Steampunk Pumpkins. Can you see those? They're just really pretty. They're so different. And so, yeah. I was like, I gotta have those. I don't know why. They're not typical of my style, but I just think they're really cool. So I bought it. Look, Bobby's dogs need more clothes and treats. So I have to support her and the dogs. Because clearly I like to spoil dogs. Almost bought Maisie another sweater. Yeah. She needs one that has like a Jeep on it or something, like the Jeep girl, the Jeep logo. I don't know how to get Lizzie. Lizzie won't wear a sweater, please. She's 100 pounds. She's not going to wear a sweater. She's not going to do it. Bless her heart. She's just not going to do it. Maybe I can put her in like a little bandana or something. But the funny thing about Lizzie is Lizzie's 100 pounds. She won't go out in the rain. She's a big old sissy. She's got a big old bark. And because she's big, people are scared of her. She's a big old sissy. There's a little kid down the street earlier today that was like whining. And Lizzie got upset because she couldn't go save the little kid. That's my dog. Which honestly, I'm glad that that's the kind of dog I have. I don't have to worry about her. Like, I'm more worried that somebody would hurt her, thinking that she was like this big vicious dog. So she's a sweetheart. She's a big old hot mess dipped in glitter with her little codependent sidekick, Maisie. Plans for this week. We need to finish America the Beautiful. Come hell or high water, this needs to get done. Doesn't need to be FFO'd. It's got to get done. The other thing is I need to make some biscornus for Stitchy gifts. Liz Matthews did a cute video. I don't know if you guys all saw it, where she kind of walked you through how she did her little Stitchy advent calendars for friends. So I am putting together a few for my friends, and I'm doing some of them as the 25 days like in an advent calendar, and others of them are going to be the 12 days of Christmas. Either one of them, I hope, my friends will think that's cool, fun, whatever. Just kind of fun. I just think that with everything going on, we all need to get some Happy Meal. And you can kind of do them on a budget. I mean, like they're kind of budget friendly, really. I mean, you can get elaborate with what you put in them, but you can also do them on a budget. And I thought that was really cool of Liz to walk us through kind of how to do that without going crazy with money. So I thought that was really cool. On that note, though, so we're gonna do America the Beautiful. And I don't really have any set plan beyond that. I'd like to work on get the spooky Stitchology sale closer to being done. It needs to be done. It can't be caught up. The stupid thing is over. In fact, they're just, as of December 1st, they're starting their new winter one. Modern Folk Embroidery has a new sale starting January 1. It is gorgeous, you guys. Seriously gorgeous. So I need to have room in my rotation to start that, because I really do. I need to Lakeside Needle just sent me the 4th out of the 12 Matryoshkas. I'm still working on number 1. Yeah. I haven't touched the Disney sale in a long time, like in weeks. And it makes me sad because I look at it and I want to stitch on it and I want to like start it in all its gloriousness. The Addams Family sale, well, I'm still ahead of Emily. I have my 100 stitches in it, or close to 100 stitches, so that if I was still going to participate and actually do the no new starts in 2021, it would have counted as a whip. Because clearly I've already got a couple on December 1st or on January 1st that I want to start. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Stitchy, Stitch Life magazine is now doing a stitch box that will come out January 1st-ish, I think, like right after Christmas. It's not that expensive. I don't think. It certainly will be well worth the price. Dana and Clay have already talked to a new artist or new to them artist, I don't, and have procured some artwork for the box. I think it's good, like to design the pattern and some other stuff. It sounds really cool, and I'm excited to be part of the first one. Yeah, I've got some things in my brain I need to spew out into design. Oh, the boy child is still working on his cross stitch, which is a big French horn. We also figured out that it was a Barbara Streisand song, not the Carpenters that he's been playing. And he just got a new song, so maybe we'll have a little bit more variety. Look, I appreciate Barbara Streisand just as much as the next girl, but really, 30 times a day in the same song gets a little boring, gets a little tiring. And when you're only hearing one of the parts, as in I only hear the French horn part, it's really not that exciting. So we'll be stitching. I've got a couple cases I've got to get filed this next week, the next week. And I need to get on the bike and bike. Oh, that's the other thing. I really do want to get in my 200 and some stitches on Lady of the Flag. I'd love to pull her out. I'd love to have her done by the inauguration. I think that'd be bloody fantastic. If nothing else, we'll be closer. If I do 273 stitches on her a week, that's almost 1,000 stitches, or right around 1,000 stitches a month. For December and part of January. Yeah, I mean, that would be, between now and when the inauguration is, she'd have over 2,000 stitches into her. Plus the, couple hundred that I have already into her. That'd be pretty close to finished, if not finished, I think. I don't remember what her stitch count is. So, got a lot of plans. We'll see what actually is reality, because that's the way it goes. Yeah, apparently I'm going for my 4th COVID test tomorrow. So I'll just keep stitching away and working, and we'll see you later. I hope everybody has a great week. I hope everybody does something epic, and be kind.